This episode is in partnership with Authority Magazine. Authority Magazine, a Medium publication, is devoted to sharing in-depth and interesting interviews featuring people who are authorities in business, pop culture, wellness, social impact, and tech.
Today on Believe in People, my guest co-host just happens to also be my twin brother, Harris Goldberg, and we are joined by a true original. She's a comedian, cabaret performer, and Guinness World Record holder for the oldest working comedian, Diane Forrest. She's lived boldly, loved widely, and turned her entire life into a masterclass of reinvention. Diane isn't here just to make us laugh. She's here to remind us what's possible when you refuse to let age, rules, or expectations define you. Diane, welcome to Believe in People.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
It's such a pleasure for you to be here. Okay, so where do we start? Diane, you've lived a life most wouldn't even imagine. And I'm just wondering, what's the moment, like either big or small, that made you kind of realize that you never really wanted to follow a path of any of the norms or anybody else's script? When was that for you?
When I was young, even in my teens, I started doing pantomimes and monologues, and nobody else was doing it. And I realized, I love doing this, and that's what let me know I can do it, and this is what's going to keep me going.
I have a question for you, Diana. Okay, so having been in the comedy world and still am, I was always the class clown and everything, and I find having worked with a lot of the, SNL guys and been around it. Usually, they come from a place of dysfunction to get to the point of the comedy is a way to express that and deal with it. And that's certainly what I did growing up, which is, so I look at your background and I'm stunned at you lost your family in the Holocaust, and you see the tragic things that happened. If it's okay to ask, was that a trajectory to why you did it?
No, it was not talked about in that era.
Yeah.
My uncle had always told me when in 1938, 39, whatever, and he had come over and worked for my grandfather. He said, when the war is over, because things were set, that's why he came over earlier. And he said, you're going to meet your cousin. And she's in Latvia when it's over. And so that, I didn't know. I was a young kid, 6, 7, 8, 9. The war was over. And so that always stuck in my brain that I had a cousin in Latvia. And he worked for UNRWA after the war. And he finally made it to Latvia. And of course, he found out that 95% of the Jews were killed in Riga, Latvia, including his wife and the daughter, the cousin. So this was always in the back of my brain, but it never really hit me until when my uncle died. Another cousin sent me a picture, and she looked just like me, but she didn't have the same dolls as I did when I was. So that couldn't be me. It was the cousin. So when that happened years ago, that started me thinking, wow, and started me going on a serious track, but also with the comedy. So I can do both. And people, don't realize that a comedian can also be very deep and do the tragic parts of life too.
Yeah.
And so it was sort of.
Yeah, because you have to be deep. It's a really thoughtful career path of being a comedian, because you have to be extremely thoughtful. It's a really intelligent way to express yourself.
Yeah.
So how did that start for you? Like, how did you just get into it?
Another tragedy. 9/11.
Wow.
I was at the top of my building in the village. It's a mile and a half away, and I saw the whole thing with everything falling down, and there was the big outcome was all of us were depressed in New York, and then there was no work. There was no work for. I played the piano and sang in French and all that stuff. No work. None of us had any work. All the jobs were canceled. So I got sick of not working. So I played golf with Caroline Hirsch, who owned the Caroline's Comedy Club. So finally, after a year, I said, how do you get into comedy? Because I wanted to work. Well, she got me in touch with a coach, and within 3 weeks, I was performing. And I was hooked, because after 3 lines, I didn't know whether anybody would like me. They laughed. And I still have that DVD showing me, oh, they like me. So it's because of 9/11. Otherwise, I'd still be a French singer.
And you don't find it a brutal thing to do. I just found it terrifying doing stand-up. I mean,
Yeah, everybody says, "Oh, you look so relaxed and having a good time." And I'm sorry, I've been doing it now for 20 years. Hours before I go on, I'm petrified. It takes a lot out of you because I want to remember everything. I'm petrified before I go on every time I perform. You're right.
Wow. When's the last time you performed, Diane?
That was Sunday night.
Sunday night. Where did you perform?
Sunday night. And Saturday night I was in one place, and then Sunday I was in the other. It's called the Whiskey Cellar or something, and I'd never been there. So of course, when you're in a new place, you wonder, ooh, what's going to happen. But of course, I'm a smash hit.
Did you constantly write new material, or that you're adding to your existing set list?
Yes, I can't stand and keep redoing the same thing.
Yeah.
I have all these stories that happen, and I started out when Caroline put me in touch with a coach and then a writer. And I even have one writer in Paris, too, Paris, Britain. And so I have all the stories. I'm not that great knowing what's the punchline. And so this way I have all the material. It's always new. And then I make sure I get a good punchline. And that's what makes it. And I think all good comedians, really good ones, have writers behind.
Who've been your favorites in over the years?
It was Joan Rivers.
Yeah.
Joan Rivers. And I met her. I used to work in the same place she did on 21st Street. And I talked to her after the show. And the first time she met me, she said, I heard about you. You're the filthy ukulele player. And I said, no, Joan, I'm not filthy. I'm risque. So that was my first meeting with her. And I am a little like her. I would go to all her shows, and, I'd see how she put in new material. So she was great.
Wow. And Diane, so first of all, you're very well traveled. You spent time in Paris, you spent time in the States, in New York. When did that happen for you? Like, why Paris?
Because it was after the war, and traveling was starting again. And I went to Middlebury College because I wanted to ski. However, they had a good French program. So I said, well, I got to learn French. So I took 2 years of French, and I heard about the experiment in international living in 1955. And so I applied. I didn't have 5 years of French, but I could speak it pretty well. I went to Paris, and I felt like I had come home. And that began my whole career, etc. And going to Europe. And after that, of course, I've traveled all over the place. I feel at home in Europe. It's very funny.
Do you like New York? Are you happy in New
I'm
York?
from Boston, conservative family in Boston.
Boston. Yeah, actually, tell us. Well, actually, two things. One, you hold the Guinness World Record for the oldest comedian. Tell us about that. Like, who did you have to compete against?
I had to compete against nobody, thank God. my coach in Paris, Stephen Clark, writes books, and he was helping write my stuff in French, and then back to America, he helped write it. And he said, "You got to join the Guinness Book of Record." I said, "No, no, no. Americans aren't interested in it. No, 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 no." And it took us 3 or 4 months to write when I was born and this and that, changes of names. And finally it came through. I couldn't believe it. He pushed me, and it's made such a difference.
When was that? How many years ago?
It was like 3 years ago.
How old were you then? 90 something?
Well, when I applied, it was 87, and then I guess 88. And now I'm 91.
Incredible.
Fantastic.
You don't look a day over 86. It's amazing.
Oh, thank you very much. We're in New York.
Yeah.
We're in New York, whatever. And I don't even have makeup on it today. No, but he pushed me because he's British. And of course, the Americans are oppressed and all over the world. But the most recent thing, I'm viral on Instagram. Did you know that? This is a brand new thing. And it's because I did a show about anti-Semitism since I was 5 years old until now. And one of the songs was, I had to change my name from Diana Schulman to Dion Forrest. That's the latest version. So we made a song up about all the stars who have changed their name.
I love it.
That song has gone viral. Hallelujah. My manager told me that the biggest Jewish stars in show business all change their name. Bob Dylan's real name was Bobby Zimmerman, and Woody Allen was Alan Koenigsberg, and Ralph Lauren was Ralph Lifshitz. Trust me, nobody wants a name with shits in it. You say Jerry Lewis, and I say Joseph Levitch. You say Kirk Douglas, and I say Danovich. Lewis, Levitt, Douglas, Danovich. Let's call them all new names. You say Lenny Bruce, and I say Leonard Schneider. You say Jon Stewart, and I say Jonathan Leibowitz. Bruce, Schneider, Stewart, Leibowitz. Let's call them Anglo names. Oh, if your heart desires wealth, success, and fame, all you gotta do is ditch that Jewish name.
Shlomo.
He's not even Jewish. You say Joan Rivers, and I say Joan Malinsky. You say Natalie Portman, and I say Natalie Hirschlag. Yeah, can you believe it? No, I can't. Rivers, Malinsky, Portman, Hirschlag. Let's give them waspy names. White Anglo-Saxon names. Oh.
That was a great song.
Tony Curtis, Kirk Douglas.
That's
on and on and on.
Yeah, it's because in the old days we didn't have a clue. And of course, as I got older, I saw, ooh.
Have you, what's your view on the comedy, that changes in the comedy scene over the last few years?
Well, when I do it, it's mostly young people.
Mm-hmm.
That's, in the clubs that I am, they're young people. And I I miss Joan Rivers. I miss people like that. And I don't see that. I don't see that much of it. But I've known everybody wants to be in comedy now. And when I walk in a club, they all look at me and say, whose grandmother are you? Who are you going to see? And they don't have a clue that I'm 10,000% better than they are. But I wait. But that's the difference I've seen. They're mostly young, and there are a few girls, but not that many. It's guys, a lot of guys.
Yeah, a lot of guys. And what were you like as a kid?
I was shy, withdrawn. My mother was sort of deaf, so even the kids made fun of me when my deaf mother wanted to help lead the brownie troop. This was the old days. So I became very shy. And then, but mother made me take singing lessons, and piano lessons, and then finally the monologue lessons. And then that's what was in style. And that started to bring me out. But still, I was shy, even in college. But this comedy business, now that I've been in it for 20 years, I become a little less shy.
Wow.
Do you ever feel like, are you interested in acting?
Yes, I've done off Broadway, and a few films, little bit parts. Yeah. But right now it's the comedy.
Yeah.
So
is that your favorite thing to do?
I've done everything. Pardon me?
Is that your favorite thing to do, Diane?
What do you mean? To be in the comedy stage?
Yes. Yeah, because you play piano, you do sing, you do so many things.
Right. Well, the comedy is amazing to me. I mean, I get a kick out of it that everybody likes it so much. So it gives me nachas. It gives me warmth.
Exactly.
In the heart.
I just want to say too, Harris, so Diane started as a comedian at 70, because my brother and I have been talking about, there's a certain age where you think that, you don't know where you're going to go, what you're going to do. And so there's an inspiration to that you've just recreated yourself at 70. Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally.
Yeah, I'm struggling. I mean, I'm only 90, but I'm struggling.
Oh, I'm really older.
No, I'm struggling with the age thing.
Yeah.
One question first.
Yeah.
Do you ever deal with hecklers, or does that not come into the equation?
No. But people said, you're going to try comedy. And when I told them, they said, it'll never work. It's late hours and nobody will like what you do and they will heckle you.
Yeah.
And none of that is true. Nobody ever heckles me to this day. I don't know why, but it's because I think they're amazed.
Yeah.
The things I'm saying and what I'm talking about. No. Can you believe that?
Wow.
No.
Do you perform in French as well? Do you perform comedy in French?
Je vais à Paris. I go to Paris once a year. I used to go twice. And I perform in French in the comedy clubs and in English.
Does it translate? Does your material translate?
Well, I use my writer. Right. And it's the slang. That's the problem with the slang that I use in America. I have to find the right French slang. And I can speak French, but I don't know all the slang. So that's what gets translated for any new show. Yeah. You just do it, and it's
Can I
really
put you on the Yoda stand for a second? Like,
what stand?
You know what Yoda is from Star Wars?
No.
The little creature.
No, you see, I'm very innocent.
It's kind of like a guru-ish.
Yeah, let me ask. So
a wise one.
I want to know, since you've been around for a while, have had all this experience, is there a point of view or any I don't want to say advice, but kind of like something that's become like a tenet, something you've learned that you can pass on to like someone like myself who is in the business and has done everything, but it's a tough business. I mean, there's a lot of rejection, there's a lot of competition, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors, and you're trying to be creative.
Right.
You're sort of becoming your own worst enemy at times because you're in a vacuum.
Yeah.
So have you come to any, I don't know,
Oui, oui, oui. Je comprends. I understand.
we.
Uh, I learned that you don't believe what other people are telling you. Oh, you can't do that. You'll never get on that show. You're too old. You're this, you're that. And I have learned, and I tell everybody, don't believe what other people are telling you because they really don't know. And you just keep going and going and find if you're one writer or manager isn't helping, get another one. Always keep pushing ahead. This is what I've learned. It's very hard. And I'm 91. Everybody thinks I'm old, but I'm not. And I have to convince them I'm not old.
No, your energy is
It's
incredible.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
How do you keep your energy?
Well,
Drugs, probably.
every month there's a new illness when you're 91 years old. So this one was I couldn't breathe for a couple of months. And I figured it out, not the doctors. It was because of Lyme disease that I caught 20 years ago on the
Wow.
golf course. So hallelujah. I finally convinced the doctor I got it. Now I'm breathing and running around doing PT, and I'm going to play golf. I'm leaving tomorrow for Palm Desert, and I'm going to play golf for 10 days.
Nice. How did you get into golf?
Well, my parents were very unusual in Boston in the 20s. They were playing golf. So when I was born, there was always golf clubs in the hallway. Of course, they were wood golf clubs. And I saw them play golf all the time. So I caddied for them and I got lessons when I was 16. So I walked the golf course because to me, that's the exercise for at least 9 holes. And that's how I keep going. I swim, even in New York, I'm swimming 3 days a week. And that's what gives you the energy.
So
Thank you for
you're going
asking.
to Palm Desert tomorrow, or
Yeah, tomorrow morning. Yeah, you caught me just in time. Yeah.
Wow.
can I be your caddy? Can I go with you?
Oh, I'd love it. I need company.
I'll carry your clubs.
Actually, Diane Harris was a seated tennis player before he got
Oh,
into
really?
screenwriting.
Really?
So we lived and breathed tennis for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Diane,
know it.
do you have any
Yeah.
siblings? Did you have any siblings?
Yeah, I had a brother. He was 10 years older than me. And he died, I'd say, about 10 years ago. So right now, the family is sort of vacant. I have one grandniece that I talk to, and that's it. That's the problem when you're 91.
Yeah.
Your friends die, your family dies. It's very interesting.
How do you rationalize mortality now?
Well, I don't understand.
Like, in other words, do you ever think about it, or do you
Every minute.
What do you think about?
Oh my God, like if I get a little dizzy, is this my last moment? This is what happened. Oh, is this how it's going to end?
Yeah.
This is what you think about because everybody else is gone.
Yeah.
So this is why I keep all this exercise going. And this is why I do the comedy because I have to memorize all the time with all the stuff I write or other people write. You got to get it right. And we change it every couple of months, So
Yeah.
and every audience is different. And that makes it a big challenge. You got to figure out what's going to be good for this audience.
Yeah.
So it keeps the brain going.
And how did you find your niche? Sorry, Hare. How did you find your niche of the materials that you wanted to zoom in on?
Well, that's very funny. I started out with golf. I had my golf friends come, and that didn't seem to do anything. And I tried to be doing teaching, and I've been a teacher, and I tried other stuff. And then one day I was a little innuendo with what I said. I did young fellows, and that got the laugh, but of a little bit about sex. So that's how I started to go. Oh, because people can't believe that an 85-year-old or a 91-year-old can have fun. And so that's how I got into it. I tried everything else. So everybody thinks that I'm a sex pot, and I'm not.
No, I love your joke. I love your joke when you go, the last time I could do 69 was when I was 69.
Yeah,
Kind of lays it out there.
yeah,
Oh my God,
yeah. And
that's
then I go to
hilarious.
the audience. Oh, you know.
Were you a Don Rickles fan by any chance?
Yes, I was. I would watch him, yeah, and I liked what he did. See, my first one was Jack Benny,
Oh
7 o'clock at night. We'd listen to Jack Benny. I didn't know these people were comedians. I never went in a comedy club until I performed at Caroline's 20 years ago. Didn't know that this was a paid business. Innocent.
That's
Innocent.
probably the
You,
best
you
way.
know how many shows you've done? Do you ever track them and say, I've done, like I have a
No.
friend who's a stand-up and he says, I've done 15,185 shows. And
That would be a very good idea to do. That's a new one. I'm thinking of doing this summer, maybe instead of anti-Semitism, doing my 20 years in comedy and going, that's very good. That's what might lead into it, and because I've changed over the years. And I'll do a birthday show about my 20 years in comedy because it changes. I'm
or
the
do you
only one
ever,
who changes.
yeah,
Pardon me.
yeah, you're incredible. You're like an inspiration.
You
Well, I'm
really
trying
are.
to, I'm trying to think and keep going along with the goal. You
Is there a
know,
book in your future?
I did a book. I did it my ways.
That's right.
Oh, that's
You want me to
right.
show it to you? I
Yes,
got it.
please.
Yeah, I did it. I did it. I just happen to have it here. Yeah, yeah.
Don't
Sorry.
fall, because that would be a
For
first.
Yeah,
those who are listening, Diane has just walked over to get her book.
this is why I need PR people because I'm not good at my own PR. This is my book.
Oh,
Can
I
you
did it
see?
my way. Oh,
Yeah,
that's fabulous.
this was at the beginning of the epidemic, the pandemic, and I have a place in Southampton. So I went out there, and my coach from England says, "Okay, we're going to write your book now." I says, "What?" So he would, because I sent him all the material, and then he would tell me over the phone, "Okay, today you're going to work on this. And that's how we got the book done
Wow.
during the pandemic.
So really,
And
the
it's the
the secret
story of
is the
my
coach.
life.
Oh,
The
that's
secret is,
fantastic.
yeah, is the coach, right? Because he writes a lot of books. So he figured I should.
How do you find the people that you want to work with and feel that they get you?
Uh, who, the comics or the hosts?
The people
The,
that you work with. Yeah, the
yeah,
people like how do you find them to say, okay, look, I feel this, you get me.
yes. And those are the people who hired me, who know that I can do it. And sometimes, like for the Sunday night show, she was a little hesitant, and I didn't know why. And she had heard me trying out stuff at another club about a sucker punch. I got sucker punched in New York a year ago. And so I was trying out the comedy.
Wait a
Well,
second.
it
Wait a
doesn't.
second.
Wait,
You were just
how'd you get
walking along
sucker punched?
you were walking along the street and somebody just punched you?
It was 8:45 in the morning, July 9th. And I'm walking across 7th Avenue, and all of a sudden I'm on the ground. I thought it was a lamp post that had hit me. And I'm lying on the ground at 8:45. I'm going swimming. And I look ahead, and there's this 31 like year old woman there looking at me. Oh, she's going to pick me up on 7th Avenue. She ran away. She scowled at me. She was the one who punched me. Can you believe
A
that?
woman punched you?
Oh my God. Well, she must have been mentally unstable and homeless or something.
Well, the only reason So then finally people did pick me up. I go to the hospital. It's full of blood and everything, but I go to my rehearsal 3 hours later, etc. Very important because I have a show. And the detective who came and in the hospital, she went around and got all the pictures from the stores. They have these surveillance. Within a day, Fox News had it posted and had it her running away when the police caught her. And she was in Rikers Island for almost a year and a half. And she's out now, so I'm protected, let's hope. But they didn't know whether she's mentally ill or was going to steal. They still don't know.
So it was just a random act.
I think she wanted to steal my money. Because I was just going to the gym and I didn't have anything.
Wow.
My bathing suit.
Wow.
So after that, I tried it 6 months later at the comedy club. People don't want to hear sad things.
Right.
I learned that very quickly. That's where this woman had heard me, this host of the show, and she thought she didn't know I was just trying it out.
Yeah.
So of course I don't do bad things.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. I know we're coming to our end, and Harris is going to ask our final question that we usually ask our guests. But quick question, Diane: what's a highlight of your life? One, I know there's probably many, but what's one that kind of stands out for you?
The highlight of my life,
besides this, what we're doing now.
Except this, of course.
Well, it was when I arrived in Paris at age 21. And with the group of people, kids, college. And after eating onion soup with our guide, we go at night to the bottom of the Eiffel Tower. And there we are on the quay, where you sit in front. The moon was shining. And with the guys and the girls, and everybody was happy. We're in Paris. And it was such a beautiful sight. And then all the boys and everybody started dancing with us. This had never happened in America in that era. And then I said, this is the spirit of Paris. It's beautiful and it makes you have a wonderful time. And that was one of the changing points of my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just sitting on the Seine,
Diana, Diana, you are the, I've said it already, but I really find you an inspiration.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So if you want to learn golf, come on.
Exactly.
I think we should do a comedic duo, like the two of us. It'll be old and older.
Oh,
yes.
Our angle.
Older and older is good. I like that. That's good. And Diane, this podcast called Believe in People. And I'm going to flip it around because why, and I think it'll really help our listeners and viewers, why do you believe in yourself?
Well, because my parents brought me up very right and on the right way. And I think it has to do with the parents. And they, they helped me whatever I was doing. And I think that has a lot to do with your future, is the atmosphere and how you were brought up. I really do. Because I'm still here and I still talk to them when I play golf. Hey, look, Ma.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I really think that has to do with it. You bring up the kids right.
That's amazing. Well, I'm sure you'll be seeing Harris on a comedy comedy scene soon because he's inspired.
Okay. I'm going to be your competition.
Harris is going to be your competition.
We'll see. We'll work together.
but what time do you fly out tomorrow?
Go at 11:30.
Right.
So I'll be in Palm Desert in the afternoon.
Oh, have a great time. I think you might see Harris there.
Yeah. Oh, really? Come on.
He's a blast. Thank you, Diane. Thank you so much. Grateful for this.
Thanks for reaching out. Thank you.
Absolutely. You are unbelievable.
No,
Oh,
you're
merci beaucoup.
you're a very special person. I want to say that. So,
Oh, merci mille fois. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.